Hello and welcome back. I'm Holly and you're watching Kalkine TV live from Sydney. This is the Mid-Market Pulse. Let's get started with the mid-market commentary for today and see how the ASX 200 traded by lunchtime. The ASX 200 adds 39 points, Appen, Nearmap and Macquarie rise. The benchmark index ASX 200 is trading higher by the afternoon, adding 38.70 points or 0.55% to 7100.4. In the last 5 sessions, the index has gained 1.06% and is currently 0.30% lower than its 52-week high. 7 of 11 sectors are higher, while materials is the best performing sector, up 1.02%. Over the past 5 sessions, it has rallied 3.80%. Other sectors that are trading in green include AREIT, financials, energy, telecommunications services, consumer discretionary and consumer staples. Meanwhile, information technology, utilities, healthcare and industrials are trading in the red. The traders were keeping an eye on the Reserve Bank of Australia's quarterly statement on monetary policy, which was scheduled to be released today. The market sentiment got a boost after the Reserve Bank of Australia upgraded the economic growth and employment forecasts. Under the baseline scenario, GDP is expected to grow by around 4.75% over 2021 and 3.5% over 2022. The unemployment rate is expected to continue declining to around 5% by the end of this year and 4.5% by the end forecast period in May 2023. On Thursday, the RBA kept the official interest rates unchanged at 0.1%, but upgraded the GDP growth. Meanwhile, on Thursday, RBA Deputy Governor Guy Debelle said that the economic recovery of Australia has exceeded all expectations. The same would be reflected in the central bank's latest policy statement. On the macro front, Australia will publish the April AIG Performance of Services Index. It was previously at 58.7. And now, moving on to the gainers and losers. Technology services company Appen Limited is a top performer on the ASX today. The stock is up over 6% after falling as much as 21% in the previous session. Kogan.com Limited, St. Barbara Limited, Nearmap Ltd and Gold Road Resources Limited are among the top gainers on the ASX. Meanwhile, some of the worst performing shares are Pro Medicus, CSR, Afterpay, Nuix and Pilbara Minerals. And now moving on, here are the shares in the news. Investment and financial services firm Macquarie Group Limited has released FY21 earnings report, which shows that the company remained undeterred by the COVID-19 pandemic, at least from a revenue standpoint. It reported 10% growth in net profit after tax attributable to ordinary shareholders at $3,115 million for the financial year ending the 31st of March, as compared to previous corresponding period. Macquarie's board has also declared a final ordinary dividend of 3.35 per share for the financial year 21. The record date is the 18th of May and the payment date is the 2nd of July. Following an earnings report, Macquarie shares are trading 0.3% lower at 158.380. The share price of Sports Hero Limited rose over 6% to 0.320 after the company announced that it has signed a revenue sharing partnership with UK-based Sport Clip Limited, which has an exclusive subscriber agreement with Indosat Ooredoo, Indonesia's second largest telco. The deal is for 3 years, and both the firms will equally share subscriber revenue generated from the Indonesian Sports Clip subscribers on Indosat Ooredoo. And Goodman Group has released the third quarter performance report. The company has reported strong operating performance during the March quarter, driven by customer-led demand for its assets in selected markets. The demand is driven by the changing consumption trends across the physical and digital spaces. And Appen Limited share price rose over 2% to 2.34 Australian after the company cleared its stance on participation in a consortium that is negotiating to buy the former Hanjin Heavy Industries shipyard at Subic Bay in the Philippines. The company stated that it has made major investments in its Australasian shipyards, including in the Philippines, and is looking forward to expand further its operations. However, there is no certainty that any additional expansion will be either pursued or completed. And Kaninda Resources Limited share price jumped 25% after the latest results confirmed the presence of large gold intervals. The company has said that it has received the results of successful latest trenching, which indicate the presence of substantial gold intervals in almost all of their trenches, with higher grades coinciding with the mapped structures. And Nearmap Ltd shares are up over 3% today, after falling 23% on Thursday amid reports of legal proceedings against its US-based subsidiary in a patent infringement case. The company has denied allegations by US rival EagleView, stating that the patent infringement allegations are baseless. EagleView on Wednesday claimed Nearmap had infringed 8 patents, and it shall claim damages for the same. Whitecliff Minerals Limited announced the results of reverse circulation, or RC, drilling at the company's 100% owned Reedy South Gold Project near Kew, Western Australia on Thursday. In March of 2021, the 6-hole RC program was completed. Following the updates, the stock is up at 29% to 0.22. And graphite developer Volt Resources Limited shares plummeted 96% to 0.025 today. The company had issued an update on the progress of due diligence for the acquisition of a 70% interest in the Zavalinsky Group companies on Thursday. The company has also shared Dwight Ukraine's financial and tax draft, due diligence report, and Allevium's legal and commercial draft due diligence report have also been obtained and are currently being reviewed by the Volt board management. And now moving on to the commodity market. Iron ore hits a new record high amid increased demand of steelmaking ingredient by the profitable Chinese steel mills. Aluminium prices also edged higher, inching close to levels last seen in 2018, and copper prices flirted with a 10-year peak. Gold prices flared as the weaker US dollar propelled the precious metal, and inflation hedged above the key $1,800 an ounce for the first time in the last 10 weeks. The US gold futures closed 1.8% higher at $1,115 per ounce. Oil prices fell on Thursday despite crude stockpiles in the US, the world's largest oil consumer, falling more sharply than expected. The rising COVID-19 infections in India also weighed on the oil prices. Brent crude futures settled 87 cents lower at 68.09 a barrel, while the WTI crude futures fell 92 cents to 64.71 a barrel. Alright then, that is all for now. Stay tuned with Kalkine TV for more live market updates. We'll be back with more news on the markets, economy, and diverse themes and sectors. This is Holly Shields signing off.